Hey everyone, and hey Marcus. It's been a long time since I've made a video, and I really intend to get back to making more. I'm going to be making some Dark Souls PvP videos pretty soon once I get DX Tori working. Uh, so in Marcus, aka EpicNameBro's, trailer analysis video for Dark Souls 2, with the shot over with the woman overlooking uh, a large building in the mountains. Uh, You said that this woman is overlooking Lordran from a distance. I do not think this is it at all. The reason why is because Lordran has a very distinct geography, and it's actually nothing like that. Um, so let's start. On the surface of Lordran, you have three areas. You have the Darkroot Forest, which on it was at one point built Ulasil, but is also there was also the Undead City, which I believe is called Londo. And this is where the Undead Burg and the Parish and Sen's Fortress are, as well as the Lower Burg. This city is actually much bigger than we got to explore. And could easily house over 1 million people, maybe even 2 million. Okay, so then up on a big hill, which the whole thing is just kind of shaped like a giant hill. Up on a big hill is Anor Londo, and it's got a wall around it. You can see Anor Londo from most places outdoors in Lordran. If you look up, you'll see it. And of course, Anor Londo is the fortress of the gods, or their house, their mansion, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so then underneath Londo, the Undead City, you've got a bunch of caverns. You've got Blight Town. You've got the Catacombs. You got New Londo. You got what else? You got Izalith. Now, then you've got, in Blighttown, you've got the Great Hollow, which is a tree. It's a giant-ass arch tree that is coming up under and coming up into the Great Hollow, or not the Great Hollow, Blighttown. You go down the Great Hollow, and then you come out at Ash Lake after going down quite some way. If you look behind, you'll see that there is no landmass behind the Great Hollow. Initially, I speculated that it was a plateau that Lordran was on, but this evidence, and you can look at it, and if you go to other locations such as the Tomb of the Giants, you will notice that Lordran is actually a giant slab of rock being held up by one or more arch trees. I speculate maybe three. It's actually quite a small place. I can also deduce from this, or deduct, or whatever the fuck the word is. I'm sorry, I'm not fluent in English. Like the Undead Asylum is actually in a different place altogether from Lordran as well, and I believe it's on the surface of the world, away from Ash Lake, where I believe most of the arch trees are. I believe that in the rest of the world they're pretty much gone, probably due to Nito and the Witches of Izalith with their firestorms. I believe that for dragons to be eliminated from the world, that war must have gone on for a long time and have spread very far. So I believe that, no, that is not Lordran that is being looked at, and I believe that the game Dark Souls 2 will take place in another location outside of Ash Lake, or beyond Ash Lake. Judging by what it looks like, I'm actually leaning towards Karim. Because, people from Karim tend to be very pale, and their skin is kind of an ash color to it. And that just really seems like something that would come of that environment. And I seem to recall something about Karim being kind of harsh. And if I remember correctly, Fina's in Kareem. Velka's in Kareem. I may be wrong about Velka, but I'm pretty sure Fina's in Kareem. And then I believe Guinevere and Flan went to Kareem. Although I remember hearing a pretty strong theory that Guinevere was Fina. But honestly, Marcus, you are much more educated on that aspect of things than I am. But I can speak for certain that Lordran is a giant-ass slab of rock up in the sky, held up by arch trees. I spent a long time examining this. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this takes place. I'm leaning more towards during or after, because I don't think we're getting all the information we need about dragons. Like, there's the everlasting dragons, but these do not seem to have anything to do with, like, Calamite and the Hellkite dragon. Calamite and the Hellkite dragon seem to almost be, like, lesser dragons. Maybe not Calamite, but I definitely think Hellkite dragon is supposed to be lesser. Like, not a super, like, 100% dragon. Doesn't have that aspect to it. So I think we're going to be dealing with like a more lesser dragon, and I think we've only seen one so far in the trailer. Maybe there's a couple more, but I don't think the dragons are 100% gone. There's an everlasting dragon still alive down in Ash Lake, so I think that they're still around. There's just probably not very many of them. So yeah, that's about all I have to say. I think I'll make annotations or something if there's something else I want to say, but thanks for listening.